Hello students, today we will discuss about the chapter Algorithms and Flowcharts. In this chapter, we will see the algorithms, characteristics of an algorithm, flowchart, features of a flowchart, advantages and disadvantages of a flowchart. Then after, in part 2, there will be only the exercises and the answers. So let's begin our chapter Algorithms and Flowcharts. First, we need to understand what is program. A program is a set of instructions which is used to perform some specific task. Just because of the program, we will be able to do our work in the computer. As we already know, computer cannot do anything by its own. It needs the instructions to work. So perform any kind of program, any kind of specific task, we need to make a program. For making a program, we need to draw the algorithm. Now you will ask, what is algorithm? Algorithm is the step-by-step procedure by which we can solve any logical and mathematical problem is called the algorithm. Suppose we need to go for a shopping. So there will be some specific task and we have to follow it step by step. If we are not following the sequential steps, it means somehow we won't get or we cannot finish our task completely. So what is program? An algorithm that has been coded into something that can be run by a machine is known as the program. And what is algorithm? A list of steps, a number of steps you can follow to finish a task. See, what is an algorithm? An algorithm is an outline or idea behind a program. To make any program, we need to write the algorithm first because it is a step-by-step process for getting more specific tasks. It usually starts with a precise statement. Precise means short statements to solve a problem on a computer, but ultimately consists of number of sequential instructions to do a certain job. We express algorithm in pseudocode also, something resembling C or Java, but with some statement in English rather than the within programming language. It is expected that one could translate each pseudocode statement to a small number of lines of actual code easily and mechanically. So we understood what is algorithm. The simple or the basic definition of an algorithm is what? The step-by-step procedure to solve any logical and mathematical problem is called an algorithm. Now, there are some rules for writing an algorithm. Number 1, each instruction should be precise and unambiguous. Unambiguous means clear, where there will be no any confusion, without any confusion. Next, each instruction should be executed in a finite time. One or more instructions should not be repeated infinitely. If we are repeating the steps n number of times, it means our program will become bigger. So we have to reduce the number of steps from our program. Our program should be concise. Number 4, after executing the instructions, the desired results are obtained. Each step should be written in a sequential manner. An input is required to write an algorithm. With the help of input, we will be able for writing the algorithm for any program. Next, characteristics of algorithm. Here, as you can see, algorithm has four characteristics, and the last, uniqueness also. Number one, so we will begin with the first, finiteness. Finiteness means total number of steps used in algorithm should be finite. Next, definiteness. Each step of algorithm must be clearer and unambiguous. Next, effectiveness. Every step must be basic and essential. Input and output. The algorithm must accept 0 or more inputs and must produce at least one output. The last is uniqueness. Results of each step are uniquely defined and only depend on the input and the result of the preceding step. These all are the characteristics of an algorithm. Now, the flowchart. As we have already done this chapter in your previous classes, maybe in class 4th or 5th, algorithms and flowcharts. So maybe some of you know about it and some of you don't know. So we'll see what is flowchart. Flowchart is a pictorial representation or diagrammatic representation of an algorithm. Its purpose is to give a visual representation of a process. It helps identify the steps and materials needed for the process. It communicates quickly the process to other involved. It provides the tool for planning and analyzing a process. It can be simple or complex. So, what is the simple definition of a flowchart? A flowchart is a pictorial representation of the steps or an algorithm used to solve a particular problem, which is used for the process of drawing a flowchart for an algorithm is known as flowcharting. There are some symbols which is used to represent the flowchart. A flowchart provides a much better way of solving problem than writing a lot of descriptive text. As a quote is said, a picture is more impressive than the 1,000 words. So here you can see the different symbols and their functions. So we'll begin with the first one, start and stop. For start and stop, we use the oval symbol. Means the beginning and end point in the sequence. For any kind of process, we use the rectangle box. For decision, we use the diamond shape box. For input and output, the parallelogram we will use. For connector, the circle, and arrows for the direction of flow. It connects the symbols. The arrow indicate the direction of the program. Let's see the features of flowchart. A flowchart is made of standard blocks. Arrows indicate the sequence of the steps or the sequence of the program. Smaller flowcharts can be used for the further describe the functions specified in the main flowchart. The different blocks implies different types of program actions, and if the flowchart is not standard, the process is not fully understood. And flowchart should have only one start and stop symbol. The general direction of flow in any flowchart should be from top to bottom or left to right. The flow line should not cross each other. If a flowchart occupies more than one page, then off-page connector should be used to direct the flow of information. So, what is the need of, or what are the advantages of a flowchart? It is used for the communication, for effective analysis, proper documentation, efficient coding, proper debugging, and efficient program maintenance. The disadvantages: complex logic, alteration and modifications, reproduction. The essential of what is done can easily be lost in the technical details of how it is done. Let's see the another example of flowchart along with its algorithm. Here we will discuss to find the sum of two numbers. First we will see the algorithm. If we need to find the sum of two numbers, what will be the algorithm? Step 1, start. Step 2, input first numbers, say A. Next step, input second number, say B. Step 4, sum is equals to A plus B. In the next, display sum. The last is stop. And see the flow chart. In this flow chart, as you can see, the start and stop for the oval box. Input is in the parallelogram. The process is in the rectangle box. And again, output will be shown in the parallelogram. And these all are the connector lines. Flow lines. As you can see, the flow of the program is top to bottom. See, start, input value of A, then after input value of B, then sum is equals to A plus B. Next, print sum, stop. This is the program, or we can say the algorithm and flowchart of a program to find the sum of two numbers. Let's see another example. Algorithm and flowchart to find area and perimeter of square. For this, L, side length of a square, area is used for area of a square, and perimeter denotes perimeter of square. The algorithm is start, input side length of a square, say L, area is equals to L into L, and the perimeter 4 into L, 4 into side. Then after, display area and perimeter. The last is stop. As you can see in the program, as we begin our flowchart with the start, input value of L, how we will find the area? L into L. Then after, the perimeter, perimeter is what? 4 into side, side is L. So perimeter is 4 is perimeter is equals to 4 into L. Then after, print area and perimeter, the program is stopped. Let's take the another example. Algorithm and flowchart to swap two numbers using temporary variables. swapping means change its position. Suppose A contains 6 and B contains 5. After doing the swapping, A contains 5 and B contains 6. Let's see the algorithm. Start. Input two numbers n1 and n2. Display before swap values n1 and n2. So we have taken the temporary variable temp. Temp is equals to num1. Num1 means in the blank or the temporary variable we assign the value of num1. Then after in num1 is equals to num2. It means we have assigned num1 and now num1 is blank. Num1 is num2 is assigning num1. Now num2 is blank. In num2 we will assigning num1. Display after swap values num1 and num2. Let's see the flowchart. Start. Values of num1 and num2. Then after write the values of num1, num2 before swap. The processing is what? Temp is equals to num1, num1 is equals to num2 and num2 is equals to temp or num1. Write num1 and num2 after swap. The program will be stopped. Hope you understood. So this is the last example. Here you can see the algorithm and flowchart to find the largest of two numbers. Algorithm. Start. Input two numbers, say num1 and num2. Step 3. If num1 is greater than num2, then what will be happen? Print largest is num1. Else print largest is num2 and if. Then after stop. As you can see in the program, here the diamond box is also used to take the decision which number is greater than or the largest number in between two numbers. So we will begin our program with start. Then after input value of num1. Next input value of num2. Now here we will assign the condition if num1 is greater than num2. If this condition is true, what will be happen? It means num1 is greater than. Our arrow or flow of lines are showing कि क्या print कराना है? Print largest is num1. If this condition become false, means no. If the condition is not true, we will do or we will follow this step. Print largest is num2. Then after stop. We will get the answer. I hope you understood. Thank you.